both Canada and the United States will temporarily restrict all non-essential travel across the Canada-US border. Travelers will no longer be permitted to cross the border for recreation and tourism. In both our countries, we're encouraging people to stay home. We're telling our citizens not to visit their neighbours if they don't absolutely have to.
The Canadian and U.S. governments have closed the border between the two countries to all non-essential traffic. Trade won't be affected while the border is shut down. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau clarified what will continue is trucking, which allows food, fuel, and life-saving medicines to move between the two countries. Prime Minister Boris Johnson said school closures across the UK were necessary starting Friday. This is to help stop the spread of COVID-19. There are almost 2,000 confirmed cases in the UK. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said Tuesday that the EU will be closing its borders to all non-EU, European Free Trade Association, and UK residents. Merkel said this was a unanimous decision by the EU to try to slow down the pandemic. People in Jordan faced huge lineups on Tuesday as they rushed to buy essentials like bread and rice. This is ahead of the nationwide emergency, which was initiated in the country on Wednesday. The royal decree means the country's prime minister now has the power to enforce curfews, close businesses, and put restrictions on the movement of people. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is keeping state beaches open, even though more than 300 people in Florida have tested positive for the virus. He instead signed an order that would limit parties on beaches to 10 people per group. This also forces any businesses that can sell liquor to reduce occupancy by half. Taiwan and Australia joined governments to offer financial aid to airlines. Also, authorities in Europe agreed to try to help carriers which have had to ground planes and cut jobs because of the worldwide travel restrictions. In the U.S., airlines have asked Washington for $50 billion in grants and loans, plus billions more in tax relief. A small family-run shop in a Tuscan city has completely changed its purpose in the face of the pandemic. An army of volunteers have been helping them make face masks from materials they would normally use to upholster furniture. People have been lining up 1 meter apart outside the shop, patiently waiting to get one of these. They make around 1,500 of these masks a day.
Thanks for watching Global News. If you want to stay up to date on the latest breaking national and international news, be sure to subscribe to our channel.